Good afternoon, and greetings, everyone. Oh my goodness, I'm always so excited. Happy Saturday to you. That's right, today is Saturday, March the 19th, and we are so delighted to bring you yet another episode of The Legacy Project, JC Ferg. We were not able to show our phenomenal and amazing video this morning or this afternoon, honey. It was having some technical difficulties and it was slowing up the entire process over here, and I could not have that happen. I am a lady of excellence. So listen, we'll get to that video some other day, okay? And if you have seen the show before, you've seen a phenomenal video. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out on all of my social media platforms at Deshaun Booker. It is a phenomenal video of my brothers and I, and we are talking about literally just living that life in legacy, in love, in laughter of our mother, J.C. Ferg, Joyce Carol Ferguson. If you do not know, I am Deshaun Antoinette Booker, and I am your maximizing coach. I am the founder and CEO of Maximizing Your Magnificence, which is my coaching facility, my coaching and facilitating company in which I work with powerhouse women in doing three things. I work with women in being intentional about the things they love and desire and want for themselves. I work with them in creating integrity in their work and in their personal space. And I work with them in manifesting increase in every single area of their life. As an extension of maximizing your magnificence, the Legacy Project is a project that my brothers and I co-founded in celebration in honor of our mother, Joyce Carol Ferguson. We lost our mom, unfortunately and unexpectedly, in 2015. We talk about that in this show. So this show is a platform for how do you live after losing a loved one? How do you continue to allow that legacy of that loved one shine through who you are, your family members, your own children? We talk about wellness, social wellness, well-being, getting up, being resilient, and honey, owning your brilliance. It's all about legacy. It's all about laughter. It's all about love. So we are so excited that you have said yes to today to stop and say, we can join in the conversation. Now, listen, I always want you to know this is a live show. Those of you that are watching, we're so grateful to you today. And you want to know this. You can join in the conversation by having your comments. Don't feel ashamed or sad or think you don't have anything to say. And don't even get small and shy on us. Let us know what you want to say. If you have a question, if you want to say hello to our guest today, we want you to do that and join in as we move along in this phenomenal hour. If you are watching the replay, make sure to put hashtag replay so that if you have a question, a comment, suggestion, right, we're always going to get back to you. We want you to know that right off the top. This is a safe space. So we bring in guests. We have conversations that are around being safe, that are going to allow us to grow and see who we are as we are thriving in our lives. I am so always very super duper excited about where we're going on our journey within this hour. So thank you for joining us. And as I always say, you're going to have a phenomenal, amazing experience. Without any further ado, I always love to introduce my brothers, and I introduce them with a very quick anecdotal story. Now, here's the deal. They don't know what story I'm always going to share. And I think it's cute, right? Because I'm the oldest, so I can do what I want to do. Okay, so listen. My brother Jermaine, my little big brother Jermaine, if you've been watching our shows, and we're so grateful that you have, I've always said Jermaine is that guy that really we are a part of his world, right? We live with him. He's out here doing his thing. He's always gotten what he wanted because he was just that way as a young boy and a beautiful young man today, right? Well, Jermaine made a oopsie daisy one time that my mother shared with me. She said to me on the phone, Deshaun, let me tell you what your brother Jermaine did. I said, what Jermaine do, Mom? She said, I don't know what him and Shannon is my sister in love, his wife. She said, I don't know what him and Shannon thought they were doing, but they were trying to prepare their meals in a more healthy way. So my brother decided that they will use olive oil in frying some chicken. He has no idea. I'm telling this story. Listeners and viewers, they use all of this olive oil to fry chicken. Jermaine said, well, guess what? I'm going to let Jermaine finish this story. Let's bring him to the platform without any further ado. Mr. Jermaine Ferguson, J. Ferg, my brother.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Thank you. Glad to have you here. Go get your popcorn, your drinks, whatever you decide. Whether it's a shot, a beer, wine, Gatorade, water, whatever. Go get it. We're gonna be here for about an hour. Let's get it in. Yes, that's a true story. I tried the olive oil. Never again. I gotta have regular oil with my fried chicken. I rarely eat the fried chicken, but I tried the olive oil and it didn't work out for me and my wife. So we go back to regular oil like grandma did. We're gonna use regular oil.
Yes. Listen, first of all, you can't olive oil is so strong, right? That you can't put that much of it to, fry something.
And I think I damn to use the whole bottle.
Right. Mom said, Jermaine, you guys put all of it in. Yeah. So did you taste it? And I'm sure, what did it taste like? Just let us know. What did it taste like?
It didn't have no taste to it. It wasn't no taste. All the seasonings and everything was gone. But the olive oil is for other things. I don't think it's for fried chicken. To me, my opinion.
Absolutely. No, absolutely it's not right. I just love that story. And
I said, that's a true story. Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
I was gonna bring that up, right? You didn't know that.
I didn't even know you knew nothing about it.
I know a whole bunch of things. Listen, I know, and Mama told me. Yes, and I just pull them out of my backpack. So listen, brother, thank you for being here. Right. And hashtag no to the olive oil for the fried chicken, right? Well, listen, I'm going to introduce our other little big brother, Jamar Ferguson. And, Jamar's our baby brother, but he's an adult today. When he was born, Jamar and I are 18 years apart. Jermaine and I are 6 years apart. So when Jamar, was born, I really took to him like, I was older, right? And he was almost my little son. And he was just my little baby. And I used to take him places, right? On the weekends, right? I would take him and my cousins. We would go out to these different places. And my niece, Jalea, right? Jermaine's oldest daughter. And so, but I would take, Jamar to all the different movies, right? We would go. I remember one time I took them to Beverly Hills on a field trip, right? And I taught them that, we went into the stores, very high-end stores. And I said, if you want these things, you have to finish school and college and get a nice job. And this is what this looks like. I was always in the teaching mood. But this story is about how Jamar broke my heart. He stopped going with me to the movies on my Saturdays. He stopped going with me to the trips to the malls. He became a teenager. And I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I got friends. Like, we're doing this, we're doing that. He started driving. I'm going to stop this story and let him tell the rest of how he broke his sister's heart. He was no longer my little buddy going on my field trips. Let's bring into the platform our little brother, Jamar Ferguson. Hey, Jamar.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you for joining our show this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Yes, Deshaun, I remember those Saturday trips to the movies, to the mall. When you took us to Beverly Hills on Rodeo Drive, that was the best. I was like, wow, ooh, look at all these expensive clothes. Yes. We was up in a Gucci store. Jalea, my oldest niece, she was like, where are the kids' clothes? That was fun. But yeah, once I became a teenager, started driving, I'm like, okay, I'm out of here. Sorry, Deshaun. My friends are waiting for me way out Long Beach. I gotta go.
I was so broken. I knew that I could count on Jamar, right? Jermaine,
Uh-huh.
oh no, he was off, it was a done deal. But my Jamar, let's go see this movie. This movie.
Yep.
All right, what time you gonna come get me? I'll be
Uh-huh.
ready. Let's go to this place. I took you all to different restaurants and different
Yep.
places to
Yep.
eat.
Uh-huh.
It was just,
Even plays. This is like different theaters.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Then Jamar
And then,
grew up and he
yeah.
said,
Once I got
no,
that license, I was out.
you were out. You
Once,
were
once, once he turned 12 with me, I was like, okay, you all right. Go
right,
ahead.
right,
Uh-huh.
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Right. You said he got it. You pushed him all along.
Yep.
So
Yep.
listen, I love to introduce my brothers, the team, in this fashion because you get to just see a little bit about who we are. And we're all three very different. And you'll see that, as you continue to listen. Thank you for joining our show. Today, we are excited because we are celebrating, as Jermaine said earlier before we started the show, we are celebrating Women's History Month, or as I also say, and other people say, Women's Her Story Month. And so today we wanted to bring on the show three sets of amazing mother and daughter teams. Now, a lot of times we say, oh my God, the mother and the daughter, they do this, we do that, right? Because we're women and we're becoming into our own. But we wanted to shine the light on legacies that are happening today, right, brothers, in this
Yep.
moment.
Exactly.
Right. We usually give flowers after a person has, transitioned. And our show is about that. But we wanted to talk about honoring that relationship of mother and daughter and not have to wait to Mother's Day, honey. No, we wanted to do it today and celebrate Women's History Month and how you are shining women and daughters and mothers and doing your thing. So if you're watching our show, call your mom, call your daughter, and watch the show together. You're going to
Yes.
walk away with some awesome nuggets and tips from our guest today. And these sisters are fabulous, honey. Listen, we don't never bring you anybody that's not fabulous, right, brothers? Like,
Not at all.
Right, right.
everyone on this show is just dropping knowledge, dropping wisdom, insight. They're anointed, they move it. They're shakers and breakers and barrier breakers. I mean, they're just phenomenal. And we mean that. We do. So go and get your sister girls and your sister friends and really come and sit down. Share this video on Facebook immediately. Let everybody know it's going down today on the Legacy Project JC Ferg. We are talking about living in your legacy today and how the mothers are giving that and handing that down to their daughters.
Mm-hmm.
Before you meet our beautiful guests, my brothers and I want to just share what our mom's legacy was to us individually. And she has many legacies. And I'll just start by sharing that for me, one of the biggest legacies that my mom left, Miss Joyce Ferguson, was her spirit of service. She was always of service to people. Yes, to her family, but our mom really had such a giving heart. She would give, and Jamar has spoken on this often, right? But just her spirit of service. I've seen her do that, with her students as a teacher for over 35 years, with her family members, her nieces, her nephews, right? Her grandchildren, her sisters and brothers. I've seen my mom, and then, of course, the people whom she didn't know. I've seen her just go beyond, the call of duty. When she saw someone that was in need, she just knew that was her moment to be in purpose. Jamar always says, our mom went out, she stood for the underdog, and she did. And so that's really a big legacy, of hers that I wanted to share today. Her spirit of service, right? And also
Yeah.
her spirit of resiliency. Our mom bounced back. She just knew how to do that all of her life. So those are my sharings. Brothers, who else want to share one of mom's legacies for you?
Okay. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because we got some beautiful ladies coming on the show today, and I don't want to take up all their time. Our mom's legacy was brilliant, and one of the values I take was family structure that she built in us, and she always loved family events, family birthdays. She knew everybody's birthday, and she made sure she gave a shout out to everybody's birthday, the day we had the text and all that. But it was all about family structure and keeping it everything in one and staying together. And another thing that people might not know, our mom was sharp. She dressed sharp and
Yeah.
wore nice. jewelry.
Yes.
Always
Mm-hmm.
nice. And
Mm-hmm.
it was
Yes.
she always had to have the best.
Yes.
Nice
Yep.
for
Yep.
everything.
You're not
So the
lying.
legacy, we can go on and on and on and on and
Right.
on. But one of the good legacies I love about her was family structure and family value.
Thank you. That's right. I agree.
Yeah.
Man. Yes. 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 Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Mar.
Mom, her legacy to me, one thing that she left in me was she was always a nice and respectable person. No
Mm-hmm.
matter your age, your race, your religion, sexual orientation, she just loved and respected people no matter what. She would even open doors up for men to walk through the door just to show respect.
Yeah.
And, seeing her do that, and I saw it given back to her. Like people respected her because of her respect for other people. So what she taught me was just to be respectful and a nice person, and you will get that right back to you in many ways in life. So yeah, being respectful and a nice person. That's
Right.
what her legacy meant to me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mom. We love you, Mom. And we do this in honor and celebration of you. And we are going to allow that energy and space to now celebrate our beautiful guest that we have with us today. Listen, as we always say, we don't take it for granted. We are so grateful and so grateful to who they are, that they're coming into our space with us. We want to bring to our platform first Miss Marcella Garnett and Miss Tanya G. Copeland. Listen, I've been knowing Tanya for a very long time. We met at Howard University. This woman's spirit shines so brightly, always has. She's talk about spirit of giving. Tanya's always been a giver, a helper. I think she ran fine arts. I think, she knew she was there to train, but she was training the people that was training her, honey. She just always knew how she wanted something done, and she was in production. This is what it was going to look like, and this was it was going to do. So she was always allowing herself to be of service to others. And then I met her beautiful mother at Crenshaw Christian Center, and they too just shine and just bright. I mean, they look like twins, right? And they just have that beautiful spirited energy. So without any further ado, let's bring this beautiful mother and daughter to the platform. Good morning, good afternoon, ladies. How
Hey.
are you?
Good
Look at
afternoon.
this. Look at
Yes,
this smiles. Hi, Miss Marcella. How are you?
I'm great this morning. Thank you. Afternoon.
Good. Good to see you, ladies. Listen, we can ready to get started. My next group that I'm bringing up, the next pair, OMG. How long have I known Miss Cynthia Pope? Well, I don't want to keep saying how long I've known everyone because we're all still young, honey. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I've been knowing Cynthia, this woman who has said yes to her purpose. She said yes to what God called her to do years ago. She is a professional actress. And when she said yes to what God called her to do, she let everybody know it don't have nothing to do with what you got to say. This is what I'm doing. I'm on my path, and she is doing things. She is a barrier breaker. The woman is phenomenal, married with children, grandchildren, get ready to have her first great grandchild. She's not stopping. She's always on the go, always at this audition, always booking her auditions. Listen, she too is a woman of service. I've seen it with me personally, and I know she does it with everyone else. And I love Cynthia from my bottom of my heart, honey. Cynthia is here with her daughter, Onami. Let's bring them into the platform. Hello,
Woo!
Onamia and
Hey.
Good
Cynthia.
afternoon, everybody. Glad to be here with you. Hi.
Hey, thank you
And
for
just
being
a bit of
here.
cross talking. Hi, Tanya.
Hi, honey.
Yes, yes. And listen, we're not done, everybody. We're not done.
Right, Rashawn.
Yes,
Real quick.
yes,
Shout out to the Howard Bison women's basketball team. They made,
yes,
they made
You.
it. They made it to the tournament. They lost.
yes,
All right,
Jermaine.
all right.
That's right. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. H.U., you
You
know.
know.
That's right. They sure did. Thank you, brother.
Thank
Now,
you.
this next woman, I've been knowing her longer than Cynthia and Tanya. Lady, listen. Lady and I, another woman in the art, she is a well-known director and writer of theatrical plays. I met this woman, phenomenal woman, when I was doing a performing arts camp. I was directing a performing arts camp years ago. Her oldest daughter and Jamar attended that camp together, and they shine their lights as actors and dancers and singers. And Lady and I have never stopped our connection. We have always been connected. We have always been there for one another. This woman shows up it seems like she writes a different play, a new play every month. She seems like she's just putting them out every month. So Tyler Perry, no. It's lady, honey. Lady is doing her thing. And I'm so excited to have her to come with us, Miss Lady White Smith. Listen, she has her daughter was just on the Red Table Talk, honey. Oh, yes. Everyone we have today is a star. You all are doing your things. You are celebrities. Yes, you are. Let's welcome, without any further ado, Miss Lady White Smith and QueJonne Cross. Let's bring them into the platform. Hi, ladies.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
How are you, beautiful? Everybody's so beautiful. How are you all doing?
Yes.
Great. We're blessed. How are you?
We're good. Listen, we're going to jump right in. I'm just starstruck right now. I keep looking at everybody. I'm just starstruck. So let me be starstruck, okay? Let me have my moment, please. God is good, right? All the time. You know?
Yes.
And Cynthia knows Lady as well.
Cynthia Pope.
Yeah.
Hi.
I know your name sounds familiar. I said, put her on. Hurry up.
Yes. Years ago, when you provided talent to one of the shows that I was emceeing. So yeah, hi.
Oh, wow. It was your daughter, Lady?
We provided lots of different. We came with singers, dancers, with little skits. We've come back year after year.
I love it.
Phenomenal. It's wonderful.
Look at this. I love it. So listen, beautiful women, we are celebrating you. We are celebrating Women's History Month, right? And so this is a safe space and a safe platform. And you all know our conversation today is for you moms and how you are living your legacy today and how you are leaving and gifting that legacy to the daughter that is sitting right beside you and to your other daughters as well and your other children. But we're talking about the girls today, right? We're talking about the women. So we have so many questions we want to get through. We want to make sure, because you all know we can talk. 30 seconds, ladies. 30 seconds. I'm just saying, right? You all know we can talk. Women can, and women are anointed. Listen, that's an anointing, honey, right? Nothing wrong with that. But we want to make certain that we can keep it. Jamar gave me that time yesterday. He said, sister, 30 seconds. Okay. Well, you know, when we have our meetings, my brothers check me too, you know. So he said 30 seconds. I said, okay. So listen, ladies, we're going to go through, you know, our questions today, but our questions are all leading to legacy, right? Legacy. As I said earlier, and I know you all will agree, we always give flowers after the person's gone, right? We're giving flowers today to both of you, mother and daughter. We don't have to wait till Mother's Day. We don't have to wait till your birthday. We wanted to celebrate Women's History Month by celebrating you and all you've been doing and all of your work, right? That you continue to do. So our first question that I'm asking is, when did you first become inspired by your mom? And forgive me, ladies, daughter, say your name. Is it QueJonne? Am I saying that correctly?
QueJonne.
Yes. When did you first knew you were like inspired by your mom? What did that look like? Was it a particular situation, a conversation? What happened? We want to know.
It was more about my mom's consistency. Every weekend I would wake up and, you know, everyone talks about how, like, what music is playing in your house on a Saturday morning. And that was my mom. It was every Saturday she got up, she got out, and she started working on the things that were most important to her. She would be out there DJing. I don't know how much y'all know about her, but she'd be out there DJing. She'll be out there getting equipment. She'll be props for the next show. She'll be practicing, and whatever it was, I couldn't stay in the bed. It was time to get up and work on those passions, to work on those things that she was passionate about. And that always inspired me to just get out the bed.
Yeah.
I like that. Get out the bed, right? Thank you. I love that. So you knew right away that if you're going to do something, you just get up and do it
You gotta
because you
do it.
saw through example. Your mom, you saw that, right? Right.
Mhm.
Can we also just give you a congratulations on? I'm still calling you a newlywed. Come on, let's give it up for her. You
All
all.
right. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Listen, QueJonne, tell them how it was stopped because of the pandemic. Really quickly, just tell your
Real
story.
quick. Okay, this is still my same 30 seconds. So, we were getting ready to have our wedding. Everything was planned out. It was a Friday and my wedding was on a Sunday. Me and my girls went to Vegas. Him and the guys went out. And we got the call, just understanding like no one knew what was going on. But then, like, in the matter of 2 days, COVID was like, and shut it all down. So we were going to have a pretty large wedding. My husband is the head of a church. So we had a very large guest count. And we got the phone call that Friday while I'm out with my girls having a good old time at my bachelorette party, that the venue would not feel comfortable putting our event on Sunday. So it was rough. It was rough. It was a lot going on here and there. And, just not being sure what COVID was going to be like or how long it was going to last or anything, everything was just up in the air. And so we had a small little gathering and just, went on to be happy and just love on each other. But it was rough.
Sounds rough. But and you all made it through.
We here.
And I saw you and your amazing, handsome husband. You are a beautiful couple on the Red Table Talk. I saw you. Beautifully done. Congratulations on getting over that hurdle, though, right?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. To God be the glory, for sure.
That's right. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Miss Cynthia's daughter, Onamia, you're going to, am I saying it right?
No, it's Onamia, actually.
Onamia, right. I know. Onamia.
You.
When did you know that you were actually saying, my mom inspires me beyond just a little bit? There's something bigger to this picture.
I think for me, it was in high school when she decided she was going to, really do her and live her life. And she went off to Paris and to learn French, which I thought most people open the book, but that's my mom. And she was also PTA president at the time. And she was also home when I got home from school. She changed her schedule so that when I walked in the door, I saw my mom in the kitchen, which was such a powerful thing growing up, to like have your mom there with you when you're getting off from school and to, be able to welcome me home and, doing all these things at the church. And I just said, well, how does she do? All I do is go to school and I'm exhausted. And here she's flying off to France and starting a whole new life. And, I'm just trying to get to and from school. And that's really when I first became inspired to say, okay, I can do this. If she can do this with a full-time job and a husband and children and everything else and still live the life she wants, I can do this.
Wow. Awesome. I love that story. Thank you for sharing.
Great.
Wow, who goes to the country to learn, to learn the language?
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it, right? You are. My goodness, Cynthia, we'll let her talk in a moment. Okay. Miss Tanya, when did you know or first know that, you know what, I am inspired by this woman beyond just a small thing, like she's blowing me away?
Well, my mother is Jamaican, born in Jamaica. Didn't come to America until she was in her teens. But as a young girl, I watched my mother do amazing things. Like, my mother was a seamstress and a tailor before she even went to school for it. I was like, what?
Oh.
So it was that. And then the loving kindness that she had, my mother would take all the cousins in New York on Saturdays to plays. We went to Radio City. It was just, how do you do that with about 8 of us? Me being one of them. Hello. But I watched her do what she was going to do. We moved to California and she decided to become a teacher. Okay. And went back to school and forged her way through and went to a private school. It was amazing watching her tenacity. Yeah. So, we Jamaicans, so, we have 50 million jobs now. Right? But I watched her integrity and growing up saying, share with people
Yeah.
You know, so I used to eat them out of house and home because if I had something, everyone that came into the stoop in New York had to have something. So they were like, stop. But it became my giving spirit and it
Oh,
became my tenacity.
yeah.
That's how I got to Howard because it was like I was the Jaleesa at
Yeah.
Howard. But
Yeah.
it was because I watched her say
Mm.
what my dream is and what do I want to do. And I said, I'm going for it. So she has given me the tenacity, the love to share that everyone is inclusive. And that's a quality a lot of people don't have. So I've been grateful from a young girl to watch her.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's great.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Listen, they starting us off, right? This is beautiful. This is what we're saying. We're talking about legacy, and it doesn't start later, right? We're going to transition to our next question. Thank you so much for sharing. I believe my brother Jermaine is asking this question.
Yes, yes. We're celebrating Women's History Month again. Let's I like to put that out there because it's a beautiful thing. Flowers to all the ladies across the world. My question is going to start off with Miss Lady and QueJonne. That's a QueJonne. What is the best thing about being her mother, and what is the best thing about being a daughter to your mother?
Mm.
Well, the best thing about being her mother is that I'm consistently proud. Even if I'm not happy, I am so proud of her. You know, we're not happy 100%, but I'm consistently proud of her. She's always has something going on. She's always continuing to pursue her dreams. She's like right now. She's bouncing businesses left and right, and I can't even keep up. I got little nicknames for me. She don't like it, but I got little nicknames. That's how I keep up. But she's always trying to better herself, improve herself, and she's always sharing with other people. She's always bringing up the children, which is, that's something that I used to do, bring up the children. My children are now adults, married with children, and their children are now coming through my program. But
we don't have no.
Well, no. You guys know I have an extended son who got married, and he has kids, and all those kids that were kids in my program are now adults. They go to college, they have businesses, and so I'm very proud of them, and especially her, because she's bouncing them all the time, bouncing them.
Great.
Right. Consistently proud.
Great.
Nice.
And my favorite part about being her daughter, of course, is the support. I had no idea what she was going to say, but the support for through all of that, the businesses, through the life, even just as the other young lady was saying about like the other children, like she supports so many other children. Mom, where are you going this weekend? Oh, little so-and-so got a show. I'm about to just go check them out. And they doing a high school dance show. It's a lot of times she's so supportive just for me, her siblings, and for other people and their children and their endeavors. It's just amazing to see the amount of support and time that she has. How she's able to do all these things, I don't know, but she is so supportive, and I love that about being.
Great. So we're gonna pass it on to Miss Marcella and Tanya. What are your thoughts on how being the best thing about being a mother and a daughter?
You want a mother first?
Yes.
It don't matter. Take the floor.
I'm just amazed at how awesome she is. I knew what I wanted and what I liked, but when I look at her and see how inspiring she is to other people and how she moves, she's never just doing something and it's all about her. She's thinking of the next person who she could take with her on this ride, no matter what it is. If she learns about a scholarship, if she learns about a job, she's always trying to bring somebody else in and encourage them to move up and be something or be somebody. And me coming from the West Indies and then being in America, being in New York, and then coming to California, didn't have any family out here but my husband, and we have that bond. And to watch her be so friendly with everybody, and when she meets someone, she bring them home, and everybody, they want to come and bring their kids, and we just have that kind of relationship. And it's just awesome to see her be the best that she could be, and see how much she loved the Lord and how she trusts him, and she's always praying into someone's life, and trying to embrace them to come up and to be the best that they could be. And that's just awesome.
Yes, that is
Oh,
awesome.
she trying to get me, man. Man. I gotta hold on.
I told you all we do the crying. I said that.
Look, my acting techniques from Howard. Okay. You tried to get me. Okay. She got me. Okay. So being her daughter is amazing because just like the young lady, and I will not mess up your name, my love, Miss Lady's daughter. My mother, I would do a million things. From anything I thought I wanted to do, she was like, go ahead. Anything I was a part of, she was there. I went from dancing to shows to traveling to Howard. She was there, always there. And I didn't realize, you don't realize when you're younger how proud they are of you until I came back. Real quick story. We were having the 125th anniversary at Howard. And we were blessed to have gone to Hong Kong and came back. And Denzel Washington and his wife were doing the 125th celebration. Well, my mother taught his kids at the school that she went to school for.
Wow.
And so my mom, now I'm in Howard, so I cannot be a baby. So she was like, my baby, because she teaches preschool in the school. So she's had their kids from beginning. So when I go, just so happens the favor of God, I was given to him as one of the hosts for the College of Fine Arts. And so I went to introduce myself as, my maiden name is Garnett. So I was like, I'm Tanya Garnett. Him and his wife were like, Marcella got us. She talking about her baby. And you just a grown woman. And they went on and on about how she raved. Okay, I'm not gonna cry. How she raved about the things that I did.
Yes.
And I just thought, we can run our mothers kind of crazy when we got 50 million things to do, right? You be like, she don't come, she don't want to come. But the love and adoration that she spoke to her parents about me, who had never met me. They had stories about me that I didn't even know. So it made my heart good that she was not only proud, but willing to tell the world about her daughter. And so that was my gift to me.
Good stuff. Beautiful.
Yeah, that's great.
And my next guest, Miss Cynthia and Onamia. What is the best thing about being her mother, and what is the best thing about being her daughter?
Well, I'm going to start because the best thing about being Onamia's mom.
Onamia, I'm sorry.
The best thing about being Onamia's mom is that my daughter continues moment by moment to be absolutely awe-inspiring, and she's phenomenal. She's taking the things that I poured into her, which I got from my mother and from my grandmother, and taking them on to such a next level that it is absolutely awe-inspiring when I see how she operates first as a student and her tenacity. When she left and she made a decision, she applied to one college only, because she was so sure and so focused on what she wanted to do, and she got in. She went to Columbia University, and that was amazing in itself, because in our family we had not had anyone at an Ivy League. But she didn't waver. And I think I know that's what I admire about my daughter the most, is that she doesn't waver on anything when she sets her mind to it. Yeah. And that makes me so proud, because the things that she's able to accomplish afterwards are just phenomenal. The way that she mothers, she's got 4 kids now. And this is the mother of 4 children, all right?
Beautiful. All right, yeah.
No, you don't understand, who are grown children who are accomplishing on their own. My grandchildren are excelling. She's done her son through West Point, and daughters in college, and the other ones are accomplishing things in their life. But she continues to inspire me, and it's because of her tenacity, her faith, her love for God, her leadership, her love of her family, the community. When she's on a job, I notice this when she takes a job, corporate job or whatever, she still makes sure, because she talks to me about it, that the other people on the job, that there's a community. It's not just a workplace, but it's a community. I mean, they do things like make bread together and make kombucha together. And I'm like, okay, you know, who does that on their corporate job? I mean, she is, okay, now she can tell you what she does, because I know she wants everybody to know, but she is a, well, would just tell her, okay, so she is a,
anyway, so what I love.
That's right, Onamia. That's right. I said everybody, they can just talk 30 seconds, everybody.
I know. So the best thing about being her daughter is really, from my perspective, and I think it's been kind of echoed before, it's that, you know, seeing someone that works with such grit and grace, it really helps to pave the way that we don't have a fear of trying something or doing something. When we see we have a great mother, a strong mother, it really gives us that safety net of like, I can do this, you know. And I really think being her daughter, that is truly the best thing, that not having a fear, because I've seen her go before and do amazing things. So there's nothing, I don't feel like that's impossible or can't do. So I'm keeping it short, Deshawn. I am getting my gold star.
I appreciate it. And you all look good with the color coordination. I love
Not
it.
planned. I know. It was not planned.
Oh my God. Okay.
That's how well we know each other.
Love it. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautifully said. Beautiful.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Lamar, your next question.
Hey, on this question, you guys can take a minute. We're not doing 30 seconds. I love you guys' energy. This is for the moms. It's the moms only. What has been the biggest challenge about being her mom? And I'm going to start off with Lady.
So I would say the biggest challenge is outside influences and peer pressure. Because the atmosphere sometimes that our children are placed in, we lead them out of the house with some basic understandings, but those other children don't have those basic understandings and don't mind sharing their understandings with your children. So that's why I was always the pop-up mom. I would come to the school. I got offices in every class. I'm walking into the, they like, hey, Miss Smith. I'm like, yeah, where's she at right now? Oh, she's in two. Okay. I'm walking right in. I'm sitting in the corner. Yep, she tied in her face. But that's all my kids. I was not playing.
Right.
That's how you do it.
I know everybody's kids. When I walk in, I'm like, hey, Jerome, hey, Jermaine, hey, Michael, hey, I know exactly who you I'm meeting you. And just to let you know that, to let them know that she has somebody, that somebody's going to be here for her. Don't try it. I'm going to be there. But I would also be there for them. Because my daughter always threw people in my car. Mom, they need a ride. They need to go here. They needed this. They needed that. I'm dropping people off. But you know, when you drop them off, you also know where they live.
See, there you go.
So I would be like, no, you can't drop everybody off. But I'm like, bring it on, put them in it. Because I want to see where their parents are, waving at the parents. She got a mama. I'm going to be there for her. So it was just the outside influences that was a bit challenging. But again, I have my ways, and I'm a pop-up mom. I
love that. I like that pop-up mom. I love that.
I love that too. Pop-up mom.
I would like to go to Miss Cynthia. What has been the biggest challenge about being her mom?
First, starting off, finding out that she was a brilliant, gifted child, and that's not an area that I roll strong in. So making sure that she had an environment that was enriching and that would challenge her academically. So, you know, looking for different tutorial programs, putting her in the right school that was going to challenge her academically. But then the other thing, like Lady Smith was saying, making sure that in my case, I told my daughter, I said, I am your best friend. And because I am your best friend, you are allowed to have all these other friends.
Right.
But let me think I'm not your best friend. And watch how all these other friends will be gone. And so
much truth in that.
Yes. I would tell her, I said, don't let your friends lie to me.
Yes.
And one time, her best friend, she's still her best friend to this day, was getting ready to lie to me, and I looked at Onamia, and she says, "No, that's not the truth, Mommy. That's not the truth." But having that kind of relationship, and for me, like I said, because I needed to make sure she continued to be challenged academically, it was something getting her to the right school, getting her in the right environment that was going to take her where she needed to go. I mean, she's got a brilliant scientific mind, and it had to be challenged. It had to be nurtured. And so that was ours. I mean, this child was reading upside down. She could do her brother's homework. She's like 7 years old. They're sitting across the table from each other, and she's reading his assignment upside down and answering the questions.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so
yes,
that's the kind of child that I was blessed with, and I'm glad that God gave her to me, and that we found the right way.
Great.
That's beautiful.
I love that. I love that.
Miss Marcella, what has been the biggest challenge about being a mom to Tanya?
That part.
Uh-oh.
That part, Tanya.
Well, Tanya always had an open heart and an open door to everyone. So getting to know the different people that she would bring in her life, because she started theater early, dancing, and going to in the City Cultural Center in
Los Angeles. Yes, I went.
Yeah.
I went.
And so she was always struck by theater and stuff like that. But I had taught her. We would go to see a play. We would go to the Negro Ensemble Theater in New York, and she was always around that kind of nurturing thing. We go to the museums. I just take them places, and not just her, my niece and nephews and the people on the block. I just, every weekend we had something planned. And so she gravitated to people. And then when she met them, they want to come to the house. And they want to spend the night. And then mama would babysit. And we'd have a birthday party, and Kim was going to be there. Malcolm, and all these different people. Right. And then my husband was in entertainment, but for the West Indies. So Bob Marley was in our life, all these different people. So she always saw these people, and they were like just uncles or aunts and friends. Wow. So she grew up seeing these things and bringing everybody in. So I got to know a lot of people on the block, because everybody wants to come to your party. Everybody wants to come to dinner because you cook, and it's Caribbean food. And so it was a hub. My husband would have his friends over. I'd have my friends over. And it was just a house full of people.
Wow.
So I love it.
I had to navigate all of that. She'd be in a play, and somebody, from the islands come up, and Marcia Griffiths is here, and they come to the party, and the people go, "Oh, you know them, and like, that's auntie, that's friends, But she grew up on that, and when she went to Howard, she decided, she wanted to go to Howard because she had started what's that school in Northridge. And then she got sick and she stopped. And then she said, I'm going to Howard. And she went around and found scholarships, and Debbie Allen gave her a scholarship, and all these things. And I had to be strong to know that she'd be okay. Because I had to put her in God's hand, because I couldn't be there.
Yes.
And she got, somebody hurt her, and I couldn't be there. And all I did was pray. And I said, okay, God, you got her, because even if I couldn't go, I couldn't reach till the next day. And, so I had to know that God would have her back.
Yeah.
It happened. And, I'm just so amazed to see her and where she's come and what she's been through, and how she still maintained the grace.
Right.
All right, grace. All right.
Yeah.
Beautifully said, everyone. Wow. Then she came to Howard, Miss Marcella, and ran that. She ran everybody.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
I'm not kidding when I say that. With love.
Yeah.
Anytime Tanya came, Okay, Tanya's doing it. Tanya said it. Okay, where you want me to go, Tanya? What you want us to do? What you want us to? Tanya know that. She knows that. Okay. Okay, Jamar, next question. Thank you, ladies.
Perfect. These questions and answers are amazing. I love them. Number 4 is my favorite right here. How do you handle relationship challenges between you both? Let's start off with Cynthia and Onamia. How do you handle challenges between you both? You could bounce off each other.
I give my daughter her space.
And I take it.
There you go.
That part.
That's it.
That's literally.
Is that literally it, ladies? That's it.
That really
Oh
is
yeah.
it.
My response was, I moved out. We can talk. But when you get to a certain space, it's like, all right, Mom, we'll reconvene again later after we have some time. Time heals a lot.
But as we also know as mothers, that the daughters don't necessarily know what we know yet. And so they're still learning. So sometimes it'll take us maybe to step back a little bit and let a little pinch happen, just a little bit. Then they'll realize that we do know what we're talking about. We didn't just manifest up here today, right? We didn't just poof up from the ground, that we was here yesterday. So we have history.
Right.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
There's always, when people see the bond that you have with your child, that there's always friends that try to, whether it's my friends that will try to come in and break the bond, or her friends that will come in. And what we do, like you said, we step back, and I go and I pray, and I say, okay, God, you got to let her see, what's going on, so she can make the right decision. And she stepped back and say, I got to go and be me. And then, she'll come back, and then we come back together, and the bond is even tighter. And so it's like a cord. We got God, we got each other, and we know that God put us together. And got a plan and a purpose for me and for her and for both of us together, going and doing and being. So we don't let the other ideas from other people just come in and just break what we so you have to be aware that Satan is out there, and he got his weapons, and he will try to mess it up.
That's right.
That's right.
Because we know who we are.
I like that. I like to know who we are.
Also, what I had to realize is that we were so much alike, but we were so different. Like our upbringing and what I experienced and what she experienced was two different things. So I was mature real early. So like when we moved to LA, I was like, okay, this is different, and we gonna have to be together, but separate. But it was understanding that it was okay to be fully who I was, and then to accept her fully who she was, so that we could then build the bond of who we are as we grow. Because as you grow, you become another person.
Amen to that. Yes.
So it was like I said, I was young. I was mature early, because that's what my parents like. I was in that business early, so it was like, you need to understand the world.
Yes.
So when I would come to them and say, well, this is what's happening, and they're like, know that.
Right.
But it wasn't in disrespect, but it's like, you made me mature. You made me this, and I'm not going to, I don't need to lessen who I am, but I need you to respect who I am, because I respect who you are. And when you have that respect, it just blossoms.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Jamar, before you go to the next question, I just have to ask, I want to stir the pot. So ladies, when you're doing that separate thing, giving space, who's the first to come back? Okay, she's pointing to lady. Okay. Tanya and Cynthia. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Onamia, are you still holding grudge or resentment?
No, I I need my space. I need time to think it through and
Yeah.
really evaluate, marinate, and it takes me longer. It takes me longer to process.
Yeah. Yeah. Just want to just stir that spot, right? That spot. Because it does take a little longer, right? To get
Because
your
you
spot.
see how we are. I mean, this is not a one-time thing. I do know her. I mean, when she was in New York, I could feel things and sense things and call her and say, what's going on? Or I got this. And she says, you're right, Mommy. This is what I'm going through. This is what's happening. So when we do have our separation, you know, I can feel when it's time to stop coming back and opening communication. It's there. I mean, because we're just that tight. I mean, there have been numerous emergency situations, numerous joyous situations where I've called her or she's called me, and you know it's right on point with what's going on in our lives. So
I love it. Oh,
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah.
Okay. Good, thank you, ladies.
That's perfect. Yeah. So time and space is what you ladies use to overcome your challenge. I love it. I love that. Okay. Question number 5. I kind of feel like we may have already touched base on this, but if you ladies could reach down and find something to say about this, what has your daughter/mom taught you to make you a better daughter/mom? So let's start off with Lady and QueJonne.
So, well, what my daughter has taught me to make me a better mom was to be like, she's taught me, I want to say patience. And I know that's really not a good word, but it's kind of like, it's kind of, well, because she's in so much. She's done so much. We know so many people. We can't go anywhere without somebody knowing us, saying something. Yeah. And it's this, we're always and if anybody, and you moms probably know, you guys all probably know to sit and wait, right? We call it sit and wait, right? So you take them somewhere and what are you doing? You sitting and wait. You sitting and wait. So if that doesn't teach you patience, that you done brought your videos in, you're writing a book, you're doing something while you're on the sit and wait because you're supporting your children doing something. So yeah, that's what she's taught me. I would say she taught me a lot of patience.
Lady, I'm taking away all of your ladyisms. You were the pop in mom, the sitting and waiting. I'm writing them all down. Okay.
My mom has to be a better daughter. I think she's taught me a few ways to be both a better daughter and, of course, in the future, a better mom. As far as being a better daughter, my mom has shown me that it's important to slow down. Sometimes, the Bible says honor your mother and your father. And sometimes when you're as a growing young adult, sometimes you have to really stop your schedule and make time for your parents. You have to make time to honor them. You have to make time to help them, ask them, hey, what are you eating today? Since you've moved out, you just think they got it, all handled, but you sometimes have to stop and make sure that they're okay, and take your parents out on dates and do things like that. Celebrate their wins, help them in any way that you can. And my mom has definitely taught me that. She always showed love to her mother, and so it's important for me to reach back and do the same thing. And that's something that I can also understand from my students and my future children, just understanding in a way that they do have lives, and I will be more respective to those things. If they don't always take the time to come back and ask me how I'm doing, it's okay. I understand because I've been there,
Nice.
That's amazing. Yeah. Slow down and make time for your parents. That's the best.
I like that.
Cynthia and Onamia, how do you feel?
I think Onamia has taught me that it's safe and it's okay for me to continue reinventing myself. Excuse me. Being strong in the church, being strong in faith is good and wonderful, but do not just leave that as the only thing, and to really delve out and try new things. I've watched my daughter take and just soar in the things that she has wanted to do, and not neglect her family at all. But for her, what she has instilled in me to make me better is to show me how, yes, have your base in faith, love God, but still reinvent and try things. And so, I mean, I'm trying things, you know. I'm,
it's funny you say that because I was going to say the same thing, but in a different way. And since that you showed me that, you know, in raising us and really putting us first for so long, and then doing you, that I never felt any kind of way when I was a stay-at-home mom. I never felt like, oh, my friends are passing me by or corporate's passing me by or anything, because I saw you put us first, do all that, and then live your life and have your best life. So I always knew I could still have it. I knew I could just really invest this time in my children and not feel like things are passing me by or I'm not where I want my career to be or anything. I never felt left out. I never regretted that time. And I always say it was the best time just building that with my kids, because I know I benefit. And hopefully one day when they're blah, blah, blah years old, they can say the same about me, that they were able to benefit for having me home and fully invested in them. So it's interesting. You kind of said the same.
Yeah. Like I told you guys, we are on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
This is my baby. Absolutely.
I love it. Perfect. Marcella and Tanya?
Well, she's taught me to have patience. And I remember, like, when I get talking, I get all excited, you know, and I don't know, my voice is getting up there and stuff. And she says, Mom, why are you shouting? I go, I'm not shouting. I'm just happy. And then she says, bring it down. And then, so things like that. Be more conscious. When I talk, I'm very expressive with my hands and my, and she'll say, you know, like, people can see, you know, like you're saying, yeah, but are you doubting, or is it so? Things like that. She'll bring to my attention, and I go, okay, so I can learn, and I know to make sure, because when you see it, it's gonna be real.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Like things like that. Help me out with.
Wow. What
I love it.
What my mom has taught me is to take everyone in, meaning, you know, we can look at something from a distance, and I have learned not to judge, because my mom is, okay, when I say she's West Indian, she's fully West Indian, y'all. So when she speaks, she means it. What she says, she says it.
Okay.
And so and that was like, okay, because I was like, don't say that. And she's like, but that's what it is. I'm like, right. Okay. But it's been able to allow people to be their true selves. And you see, we have hands, so you know. But it's allowing people to be their true selves, which allowed me to stay very true to who I am. She raising me to know God, love God, trust God. I think a lot of what she was saying earlier about, she really trusts God. Because I'm like, I'm out. Let's go. It's like, if God said it, it's done. And so that praying was because she's like, she's really trusting God. Okay.
Yeah.
So homing that in and not losing my foundation is what she's kept me grounded. She said we grew up with celebrities around us, but they were just people. You know, they were people. And so I treated them as people. So they became family. Yeah. And again, that's what I learned from her. Everybody is family.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice. Oh my goodness. Right.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Listen, oh my goodness. I'm just in awe. I'm really sitting like this, listening to everyone, right? I'm just like, wow, this is so awesome. Before we come to the close of today's conversation, which has just been phenomenal, I first want to recognize Miss Denise Marie, my aunt. Our auntie is listening and saying, great podcast. We actually had Denise on the show a couple of months ago, and she's in Vegas. She was doing phenomenal on that show. I want to thank her for watching and listening. We're talking about legacy. And so in the beginning, my brothers and I shared what our mother, some of the legacies that she left with us, right? And so, I said, my mom left, the spirit of service and resiliency. And Jermaine said, family. And Jamar, what was yours? I forgot.
Oh, to be respectful and nice to people.
Right.
Be
And then
respectful and
Jermaine
nice.
also, thank you, brother. And then Jermaine also said, her style. Honey, yeah, mama has style. Listen, my mother taught me this. I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to ask the question in a minute. But my mother said, Deshaun, you buy your own jewelry. Don't wait for no man to buy you no jewelry. If you want some jewelry, buy your own. So,
Yep.
yeah, okay, that's legacy too. She's like, don't wait for you want you a diamond, buy you a diamond. You want your
Right.
necklace, buy it. So, mommy, I got that, right? So you don't have to wait for nobody to buy you anything. You can buy it yourself. And my mother bought all her. she did that. So I'm
Dad,
just
dad,
appreciative of her, right?
dad wasn't buying no jewelry. Yeah.
So appreciative. So mothers, today we've come to this place in this moment right now, and we want to know. We want to know, right? We're a little nosy. We're inquisitive. What is the legacy that you really want to leave your daughter or daughters? What do you want to leave them? You've heard a lot today. You share with us openly. You all have been transparent and honest, and we don't take it for granted, right? You've shared, some of the backstage paths to your conversations of your particular relationship, the highs, the lows, all those things. But, Mom, what is it that you in your belly, right, is saying, this is what I need for my daughters to know once you have, gone on, right? Unfortunately, we hope that's later than sooner. But what does that legacy look like to you, moms? What does that look like to you, lady?
I want her to first and foremost, besides love and follow God, is to pay it forward. I think
Mm,
that's if she would just continue in her entire life, pay it forward,
yeah,
that God will always protect her. He will always have mercy and grace upon her because she will be giving her heart to other people.
beautiful.
Hmm.
Paying it
Yes.
forward. Beautiful
Yes.
legacy. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. That's a grand gesture. That's huge because a lot of times, even in our community, we don't want to reach back. Right, lady? We want to say, well, I'm here. You get it the way you can. And, it isn't about crabs in a barrel. It is
Mm-hmm.
not. It is not. It is about literally allowing ourselves to be of support and service to others. Someone said earlier on a something I was watching, and he said, or listening to, he said, "There's room enough for everybody.
Mhm,
Mm-hmm.
There's room enough for everybody."
mhm.
So I love that legacy is, a part of your existence and paying it forward. You don't have to worry about having a clenched fist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Love that. Thank you. Cynthia, what is the legacy you want to leave your daughters?
To my beautiful daughter, my legacy of God first, family second, and everything else will follow. And when you're putting God first, that means you're showing Christ-like and doing everything that is the example that Jesus Christ left us. And I'm sure that if those are her foundations, because they're my foundations, she's going to have a wonderful, prosperous, fulfilled life.
Right, right,
That's
Yeah.
it for
Yeah.
me.
right. Yes.
God first.
Yes.
Cynthia, you love
Absolutely.
looking at your daughter. You just love looking at her. Were you
I do,
looking at her?
I do,
Were you looking at her, Cynthia?
I can't help it. My daughter she is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I do this, and you guys notice it. Other people notice. They say, Cynthia, you just always looking at Onamia. I said, because she's so easy to look at. She's so gorgeous, and I'm like, gosh, I had something to do with that.
Okay, there you go.
Well, Cynthia,
No,
Onamia,
but
I'm gonna
really.
jump in and say this, Onamia. Your daddy is fine, okay, handsome. Now she know. So Cynthia, you just can't. You got to say it came from both of you, Cynthia. Yes, yes, yes. But listen, I want to say this about Cynthia. Onamia, I'm gonna tell you from me, your mother, even in speaking with me over the years about you, right? I know your progressions and what your accomplishments, and she truly does. She truly does speak with such admiration. Not just, that's my daughter, but the growth and you taking that on for yourself, So she does it very sincerely. And I just think it's cute. Cynthia just talk and she just look and talk and just look. I just love that. I love that. I love that. Thank you. I love that legacy. God first. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And all else shall follow. All else shall follow. When you teach a child, right? What does the Bible say, right? If you teach them what now, then they would know that will not depart from them.
Right.
So you instill in her, those values, those core values that are solid, right, in the Word of God and God's love, right? I love that. Thank you, Marcella. What is your awesome legacy that you are leaving to your daughter? Look as she looking at you. Look at Tanya. Well,
everybody said before me, God first. God is the center, and if we put him first, then everything will follow. The feedback that I get, like from people, is like, "Oh, you're such a good mother, and you and your daughter have a great relationship," and that's a testament to who we are, what we do,
yes,
and what we've received. And my parents came and they went and brought their family in, and I'm here, and I showed Tanya that, and she's doing that. You've got to remember, family. I call all over the world because they're all over the place, and I call and then I tell her,
yes,
I talk to your cousin. Today's your cousin's birthday or something like that, and remind her of family and keep that close.
Yes.
And also the friends she meets, she brings them into the family, and they're part of the family too. And she's the type of person that, like, she'll go, "Oh, you speak to Miss Mabel, and I go, "No." And she said, "When you call her, tell her I said hello," or something, and they feel a part of the family.
Yes.
And if she's going somewhere, she'll go pick them up and bring them, and I go, "Don't worry, Tanya will get you, she'll take you. You don't have to drive."
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And she's always doing stuff like that. And that's the legacy that I see.
Yes.
I know that she'll put it forward.
I love it.
Like you said, pull up the people, that's I see it and I believe it, and I just wanted to keep doing that.
That's right. That's right.
Right. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Awesome.
I like that. Yes.
Awesome. Listen, we're going to move through. I don't want to cut us short, but I'm going to jump to, I had a question for the moms, but they've answered it, brothers, right? And this question here, as we leave our show and our viewers, my brothers and I find it really close to our hearts to give our audience, our listeners and viewers takeaways. And so we wanted you to offer some takeaways. So our mothers just did that. So daughters, I'm calling on you. There is a saying, right? Live like you mean it. Live your life like you mean it. Daughters, how do you show up every day and living your life like you mean it? Asking the daughters, okay? Onamia, you go first.
Living life like you mean, I think for me means talking the talk and walking the walk. So when I say I'm about it and about my community, I'm about it and about my community. In my job, I'm seeking out opportunities to serve my community, in my church, when we are, not virtual, I'm seeking opportunities to volunteer at my church, So those things that I like to really live it, if I'm going to say it, and I'm going to do it. I'm not going to just, oh, it's nice and we feel good and pat myself on the back and write a Facebook post about something. I'm the person that's going to be out there actually doing it. And I might not even tell anyone I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. She's not on social media, but she's doing it. Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Love it. Thank you. Tanya.
Okay. So there's a song that I learned from one of the shows we did at Howard, and it was called Living the Life I Love, Loving the Life I Live. And so that I've taken that on to be authentic in everything that I do.
Yes.
So when and learning to be present in every, because we all have different doors, different avenues that we do. But when you are present in each moment, those moments are phenomenal. And you get your life, and what your life is what you make it to be. And when you become intentional on that, you're going to see a world open up to you. So that has been what if I'm like, I have to live this today,
Yeah.
I live today. Let tomorrow take care of itself, and you will see the miracles, the quick wink, God winks, I say. Because when you live that life in fullness, God's taking care of everything else.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, this is
yeah.
good stuff, ladies. Yes,
Uh-huh.
the question again, right, is how do you live like you mean it, right? Oh my goodness. QueJonne, how do you live like you mean it?
Live like I mean it. All of the things that have already been said, making sure to help people, that's living life like you mean it. Making sure to like just show up when you're there and understanding those moments. But for me, I also love that I like understanding to take a break. I like understanding to take a moment. I started this little nonprofit called Pause and Praise, and that's what it is. Taking, I feel like just understanding that you can take a moment and really just, I want to say, be joyous and understand what you have, understand the life that you've been given, understand the blessings that are on you, understanding the favor of God that you have, just taking a moment to just understand what's in front of you and what's in your hands, what you've been blessed with. I feel like every day you should take a moment and just understand what God has given you. That way you can continue to have more things to be grateful for. You can continue to do things that are productive, and that I love to travel. You get to see more things. You get to experience more things, and just like she said, God winks. Oh, I'm taking that. God winks.
Good time.
God winks. I mean, just the beauty of the world and the things that are bestowed upon us. Just pausing and praising God for just understanding the life He's given you.
Okay, daughters, you are daughters on fire, and you need to three get together and do a tour because you all, I'm right, Onamia, I'm like this. I'm like, okay, they're just you three need to do a tour and go and let your light shine even brighter and bigger. Because, honey, you have dropped some knowledge, some nuggets today.
Yes,
My goodness, right, brothers? Was just phenomenal. Okay, I'm talking, and we have two more questions. Okay, all right, or takeaways. Okay, Jamar's takeaway, and then Jermaine's takeaway.
Okay, love like your life depends on it. Friends, family, and others. To me, that means being honest, being compassionate, and just showing love, paying it forward. Like you're like every day when you go out that front door, like I said before, show respect, be nice. It'll come right back to you tenfold. I know sometimes people may try you, you want to beat them in in the head, but what you got to do is kill them with kindness. That's how I like to do it. Kill them with kindness. That's it.
Good. Thank you, brother, for your takeaway.
Great stuff. My takeaway today is be of service to your community, socially and locally, because as we all know, for the past 2 years, our community has kind of went down with the COVID situation, and everybody was kind of diverse. People losing their jobs, losing their businesses, people out of work, and which was a sad situation. And now it's kind of getting back to reality. So now we can start as men and women, volunteer coaches in our youth sports programs. You can now kind of volunteer at your daughter or kids' schools. As long as you make the appointment, that's how I'll be there, whatever. And also socialize with your neighbors, because during that time when we was COVID and prior to COVID, I saw neighbors that wasn't verbalizing with each other. So you can socialize a little bit with your neighbors, be friends to your neighbors, and also when the neighborhood kid comes around to your door selling cookies or whatever for the school, I had a couple of packs of cookies, because I always, with my youngest son, I made sure I tried to sell the most candy, because they get to do the little pizza parties and the truck come by with the video games and all that. So yes, try to be part of the community, give back to the community, listen to people, be verbalized and show good faith. Show good faith.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Also, help if you have an elderly person in your neighborhood, help them out. Take their trash out. Bring the trash cans up. You see them with groceries. Help them with the groceries.
Jermaine, I saw someone doing that just yesterday. I was walking Bison, and the woman, she walked back to her house, but I saw her taking the trash cans to the house on the side of the street that I was on. And when she walked back to her house across the street, my heart was so touched. I said, wow, she took someone else's trash cans in for them. You know, I'm not going to cry, but it really touched me, Jermaine, that I saw her do that, because we don't have people doing that, you know. And she just did just yesterday, and I said, wow, you know, you never know, you know, what someone needs. So, you know, what a great takeaway from all of you.
Yeah.
Wow, I need to just take a breather. One moment, breathe in, breathe out, because I always like to leave our show, our followers, our listeners, our viewers, and if you're watching the replay, put #replay. I always like to let everyone leave with a self-reflection. I'm just that girl. Like, what are we giving you? You've been given all these nuggets all day today, right, during our time together. But as we really depart, I want you to take some time to journal. Journaling is really a very healthy thing. Jamar talks about it all the time. He does journaling. I'm sure some of our guests does as well. We want you to take some time to journal about the things of value today, right, in your life. Whatever those things are of value to you, journal them, write those things down, and then how can you share your values with others? You've heard our beautiful, you know, mothers and daughters today talk about their values and how they share them with each other and even outside of their circles and in their community and with families and friends. You've heard my brothers and I talk about the values of our mom and how she instilled those values in us and how we are now, as we heard it being said, paying it forward, right? We want you listeners and viewers to really understand, as we do every day as human beings, that we have values. Don't hold on to them. Share them with others so that you begin to create your legacy outside of your inner circle. Creating your legacy means that you're sharing the vision, you're sharing the wealth, you're sharing your purpose with others, even beyond your inner circle. So we don't want to keep you much longer. We've done so much of keeping you today, but we're so grateful. I think we had another person, Jermaine, in the chat, in the comments.
Shout out to Miss Rosalind Phillips. He said the show is awesome.
Thank
you, Rosalind.
I want to add one more thing. I know they're trying to do the little mask mandate, but as me and my wife are doing right now, we handing out boxes of masks. Boxes of masks, yes. We can. Somebody donated some boxes of masks. So we just hand them out, and people are still wearing their mask.
I am.
I encourage people wearing their mask.
Yes, we are. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, brother. Look, my brother not playing with the COVID. You know, Jermaine, can you just take us out with your infamous words of staying safe, staying healthy? Wear your mask. What do you always say? Marcella, he says this all the time. Go ahead, Jermaine.
Keep staying safe, still social distance, because I was at a store one time and the man was damn near kissing me. And I had to look back, and he had to take some steps back. So still keep it distance.
You can't say that on the air, but you already did.
It's fact. I'm just letting you know. You know, people, thinking they can. It's okay.
Right.
They say it's okay, but you gotta. Whatever's been getting you by for these past 2 years, keep doing it.
Right.
You want to stay safe, stay healthy, keep washing your hands, sanitizer, your Lysol and everything, and when you're out in public, just wear a mask, like you at the mall, Walmart, Target, things like that. To me, you have to, my opinion.
Absolutely. You're right. No, you're right. And we appreciate it. That's why I wanted you to say it. We want to use wisdom, as our grandmother used to always say, use wisdom. Ladies, before we leave, do you have anything you would like to say or add, departing words quickly? Anything you may. The floor is open to you.
Well, I just want to say thank you for having us on with these phenomenal women. You're a phenomenal family, and Dainty, you are a phenomenal woman.
They don't know who you're talking to when you say Dainty. He calls me Dainty.
Jamal,
calls
back
her
when,
dainty.
when my daughter was in class with your with your sister, we call her Dainty, and she
Dainty
called her
Deshawn.
Tiny Taco. So we've
Yep,
been
Ah,
calling
man.
her
that's
Dainty
right.
for the last 30-something years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Anyone else? Any parting words just from your heart? This is your show. It's your show, guest. Anything you like to say or add?
Yes, I was just like to say thank you. Like you said, like your brother said, coming out of this pandemic and how we're moving forward. My mother is a go getter out there, and she gonna stay masked up. But I was at a place of revelation and thinking, wow, what's happening? We're moving out, and this gave me what I needed to be able to do, which was to give her flowers now and let her know that how much I love her. And this is my field. This television and entertainment and all this is my field. So when I can pull her in and shine her up, see this smile. When I can do that, that's my heart. So I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you for sharing this with these wonderful women, Miss Cynthia and Miss Lady. Thank you, because we don't, like you said, there's no crabs in the barrel. So thank you for epitomizing that we all are our sister's keeper.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Yes.
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 Cynthia, I
Thank you.
know you're gonna say something, Cynthia.
Thank you, Tom. Well, because I'm the opposite. I'm in the business, so to have my baby to be on with her today, I know she's grown, but this is so wonderful for me. I'm gonna go back and watch the replay. I'm so excited about this. I'm so thankful for this platform and to be on here with you phenomenal women. It's life-changing for me. It's overwhelming for me, and I don't take it lightly, and I'm just eternally grateful. And what I want to leave you with is that we thank God always for all of you, making mention of you in our prayers. God bless you.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you. Thank
yes.
you. God bless you.
Listen, thank you. And it's just so sweet because we have all three, Tanya, Cynthia, and Lady, and also QueJonne, right, are all in the entertainment business. So I just love that how you all are just doing your thing, you're rocking it out. I want to say again, congratulations on being beautiful mothers and beautiful daughters. And we honor your relationship. We give you your flowers today. We watch you, we honor you, and we don't take you for granted, moms. We don't take you for granted, daughters, right? We don't. We appreciate that you were available to us today, to our viewers, to our listeners, to come and really shine the light on looking into legacy and how you live that. As we celebrate women who are women barrier breakers, that is you. Continue to be all of that and thrive and live your highest potential as God has called you to do. We want to thank everyone for watching us and listening to us today. Again, it is no show without our guests and without our viewers. So we are always excited about who you are and how you show up for this conversation. And listen, until next time, always live your life magnified and do something good for someone. And don't forget your self-reflection exercise that you're going to write down all of the things that are value to you and believe and think, how can you share your values with others? Until next time, we'll see you soon. Smooches, as I always say.
Yeah.
And
Peace.
listen,
Peace,
we'll
peace,
see you
peace.
next
Thank
time.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank
ladies.
you.